Yes.
The lot of cash in my bank, if it's missing, you know,
Yeah,
you are
I'll
the
just-
only suspect. Empty, right?
No,
No?
a third.
Oh, okay.
Who's sitting there?
What is the, what is the seating? Is the right seating chart?
Stupid things give me like, oh,
It's
it's
right.
What?
No, this is not the right seating chart. Camera's on the other side.
Huh? Okay, let's go.
Let's go. What else is that?
Oh, go.
You gotta fix that phone.
So let's test out.
Testing 1 2. Check check. Testing 1 2.
I think Shannon and,
In person.
Okay, that's right.
Check, check. 1, 2.
Oh, look, oh, there we go. Came in. Yeah. Let's check the sound. Well, you came in a little bit, you wanna try again? Here, let's check the other mics.
Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
What?
Who's calling me?
There you go. Keep that. Doesn't sound great, but.
Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Okay, can I have a motion to reconvene? All in favor?
Motion, aye.
All in favor? Okay. We have a resolution, but before we go ahead with that, and I'd like our board secretary to read that.
Resolution to direct the President of the Board of Education to file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission based on the behavior and comments of Board Member Burrell Patel.
So can I have a motion?
Motion.
Okay, second? Okay. Mohan Patel and Dr. Chen. So we're gonna open up for public comments. Resolutions on that resolution only. Yes, go ahead, Anthony. It's on record. It's recorded.
She just read it.
She just read it. We'll
just
read
read
it
it.
one more time.
Sorry, read it again, what'd you say?
Do you need it?
Can she read it again? Yeah, sure.
To direct the President of the Board of Education to file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission based on the behavior and comments of Board Member Burrell Patel.
So, Tony Pasquale, 2 Pine Street. So my question is, will this be an action of the whole board or just the president as himself to the School Ethics Committee?
Any other questions?
Well, can you answer that question? Because I have a
no.
follow-up then.
Answer all your questions, then we'll answer them.
Okay, we'll play this game again because you guys don't want to answer
No,
questions,
that's
so
not
we can
true.
follow. No, this is the game you play, Jerry. Okay? No, this is your game. Okay? I
I
know
want
what goes.
to-
I can I speak?
You're speaking.
Yes,
Thank you. So my question is pertaining to, because with the Ethics Committee, the Board of Education as a whole is not able to file a complaint. So my question again is this being done on behalf of an individual or of the board? Because again, I know the ethics rules, and I'm sure you know why I know the ethics rules, Mr. Shi. Okay, so yes, I would like to know, again, is that you as an individual, as a board president, or as the whole board? Because the rules with the Ethics Commission are that an individual only can file a complaint with the Ethics Commission. You can't do it as a group. So that's my question, and that's the answer. That's what I would like to have answered.
Me.
President Shi, may I make a motion?
Yeah.
Can we have this resolution amended to make it
Well,
a
wait, before you
resolution
do
done
that, is it still my
individually by,
time?
Mr. Shi, President Shi.
Pause this time.
Me.
What's going on here?
Excuse me.
If a question
No,
is
no,
asked
excuse
to the
me.
president- Sir, wait a minute.
You don't talk like this. You wait for your turn. You wait for your turn, you go to. You wait for your turn.
Okay. but
Excuse
it's-
me, you wait for your turn. When you get to the podium, you can have your 6 minutes.
Okay, so
There's
the,
no back and forth here.
okay, so,
It's
so
me.
with this motion that
Me.
Mr. Patel brought up here, obviously the board was either misinformed, or I'm gathering you guys just really don't know the rules, because now you want a motion to change the resolution, so that means you didn't have the correct information going into this, okay? Because I'm now challenging you guys with the Ethics Commission and the actual rules, your resolution that you put out is actually incorrect.
Well,
Is that what you're bringing up now? Is that what happened, Mr. Patel?
No.
I now am bringing the correct information to you guys, so now you want to change it,
No.
okay? The Ethics Commission say, as an individual,
Do we
you
have a
can
timer
file
on
a
this?
complaint.
Yeah, it's going on.
Okay. So,
I still have
Wait,
346.
so,
Let him finish.
I still have 346.
yeah, go finish up.
Let him finish.
Okay, unless you're gonna answer and I'll
No,
say
no,
something
There's
else.
no back and forth here. You ask your questions, we'll,
Okay,
we're gonna
so-
read
so
it,
again-
we're gonna read the resolution one more time. Listen carefully,
Okay,
okay?
Well-
Listen carefully.
okay,
All
again.
right, go read again.
To direct the President of the Board of Education to file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission based on the behavior and comments of Board Member Burrell Patel.
Okay, so Mr. Shi why do you need a direction from the board to do this complaint when as an individual, like I did myself, I filed an ethics complaint as an individual myself against somebody. So my question is, why as the board president do you need to be directed by everybody here and have a resolution basically saying you should go and do this? Why are you not doing this yourself as an individual? That's really my question, because again, if you look what the ethics committee says, it says as an individual, not as a board member, not as a board. You are only allowed to, as an individual, put an ethics complaint against somebody. You as a board cannot go after another board member. You are not allowed to do that. So again, I'm giving you the correct information. Mr. Patel obviously heard me, and now he wants you to change the resolution. So something is not right here. So I'd like to know what's going on here, really. So as the board president, again, why do you as board president need to be directed to do this when you as an individual can do it? That's what I want to know. And again, why are all these people have to vote on you doing this? That's the question. And is this ethics complaint involving you or involving the whole board? Who is it involving? Because again, this might not be a valid ethics complaint, but you're creating a resolution on this. So again, can you please answer this? Are you doing this as an individual? Are you doing it as a representative of the board? Because if you are doing it as a representative of the board, you are not allowed to do that. You have to be an individual. That's the way the Ethics Commission works. So I'm interested to hear your response about that. Go ahead.
You done?
I'm done.
Okay,
So your 1 minute is done.
okay. So it's authorizing me to file as a individual for this complaint.
You don't need that.
Thank
You don't need that.
Thank you.
You don't need that. I
Alright.
still have 1 minute and 10
Well, you
seconds, it
lost 1
says.
minute when you said you were
It
done.
says 1 minute and
You
10
were
seconds.
done. You
No,
said you
no,
were
I
done.
was done at that point. I have 1 minute and 10 seconds to finish. Don't give me that. I have 1 minute and 10 seconds. You don't need,
You waived your time.
I did not.
You waived your time. You're
I was
done. You're
done.
done. You're done.
I was done.
You are
for
done. You
him
waived
to-
your time. When I said, are you done? You said you're done.
You can come back later. You said you're done. You sit down. Somebody else, yeah, come on.
Do I get public comments on the resolution and public comments after?
Yes, on the resolution only.
Right now, it's only on the resolution.
Thank you. Can you reread the resolution for me, please?
To direct the president of the Board of Education to file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission based on the behavior and comments of Board Member Burrell Patel.
All right. I'm gonna file them myself. If Tony has a problem that you guys can't file it, I'll file it myself as an individual. So that's number one. Number two, this just shows how incompetent you all are. Each and every one of you, not you, Mr. Reagan, because he couldn't have voted. I'm saying when the vote came, he wasn't voted in, Burrell. He was appointed. Who appointed him? All of you appointed him. We had, I don't know how many individuals came that day, maybe about 12 individuals. You guys had your mind made up who you were gonna pick, so it was all a show. I even have proof that you guys had your mind made up. I just never brought it up because, you know, you can't really change nothing. It's just the way it is the way it is. Did you unanimously all vote for Burrell to come in, even though there were a lot better candidates? You know what, Jerry? I found out that even though, I don't know how many, 9, 12 people came in that day, when it came time to vote, you only voted on one person, Burrell. Why was nobody else voted on that day? That just makes me wonder. I'm gonna Oprah request the closed minutes of that meeting that day. See if I get that. again, an EDO person, who put him in? EDO people, Democrat. This goes to show Democratic corruption. Once again, it is what it is. He has his photos with Governor Murphy, endorsed by Murphy, proud, violating everyone's rights. And look at him. He's even smiling right now that he's proudly endorsed by Murphy. He should be ashamed.
Crystal,
Is my
Crystal.
time up? Oh, I heard the. Is my time up?
Resolutions only, okay?
Okay.
Don't go for
No,
beyond that.
no. Give me time so you can understand.
You can come back
Lawyer,
and talk about the other
I'm-
stuff.
I
We're just
feel-
talking about this resolution.
I understand,
Yeah.
and you guys all voted for Burrell. This goes back to Burrell. I should file an ethics complaint on each and every one of you for that day, excluding the lawyer, Bragan, and business administrator or lawyer. I don't know, whatever. How much time do I have?
3 minutes, 18 seconds.
I'm gonna use all of it to shame you guys. Again, you know, what does that say about you guys? You know, what does that say about you guys? Shivi, did you support Burrell that day?
You should Oprah the minutes.
Huh?
Oprah the minutes.
I should Oprah the minutes?
Yep.
Okay. And what those minutes are gonna show is you never voted on anyone else except Burrell.
You see the minutes, then you can decide.
Okay. All right. Will it say any different, Jerry? Did you vote for more than one person that day? Okay. So I'm not too sure. I know if I did what some of the people did in this room, I would have been thrown out. I would have been ordered to be thrown out. That's without the point. Very disgusted. Very disgusted. You guys could have put me in, we wouldn't be facing this right now. Such an embarrassment. No, I'm honest. Why don't you guys didn't even bring my name up to vote. So we don't even, if it was 0 people, we wouldn't even known that. I felt there were more qualified people. That day I felt that you could have been, your name wasn't even brought up to vote, just so you know. But you have aligned, ever since then, you have aligned yourself with Burrell. You have aligned yourself with Governor Murphy. So, you know, at this point, I'm just gonna vote for Tingle. That's who I'm voting for.
You
I'm
can't,
voting for
you
Tingle.
can't bring the campaign stuff
I'll
here.
bring that.
Okay, this
okay.
has nothing
I'll
to do
bring
with the
that later.
resolution. Crystal, you know better.
I'll bring
than
that later.
You
Why,
know better than
why
this.
has Burrell left the room?
I don't know.
Okay. Once again, this is your guy, Mohan. You guys put him in. Cherry, how could you allow that? How could you allow it?
Finish up.
You know, Tony, you should be excited that these people are making a resolution and even doing this out in the public, because it could be, I think you would have wanted this all hidden. For whatever interests you have, you would have wanted this hidden. So I applaud you guys for bringing it out in the public, where it belongs. Even if the way filing it is wrong, if you can't do it as a board, we'll come back again and file it ourselves. Maybe 20 people are gonna file it. The whole Edison Republican Committee should file, that's for sure. They're not gonna do it because they're a bunch of bums. And that's just the fact of the matter. They do nothing in this town. How much time do I have left, lawyer?
28 seconds.
26.
Right on the red, in the red
It's right
box.
there. 24.
God
23.
bless America. You could have put somebody on here that was a lifelong resident. You marked that out. You went straight for whoever was highest priority on the EDO that never got put on something. And I know exactly how it goes, Jerry. You know,
That's it. Time's up.
that's it. God bless America.
Thank you.
Akhil Malhotra, 6 Eileen Way. So as a board president, you're gonna file this case, right? So who gonna pay for this case filing? And who will be the attorney representing you?
Anything else?
This is my question, so now you
Ask
need
the
to answer it.
question. Yeah, I'll answer it. You know the Creole. You've been watching the thing for a long time.
Yeah, but why can't you just answer it plainly, right? Who is gonna pay for the money?
I'll give
for
you
this?
6 minutes. No, you know, let him ask the question. We go
Man,
back
like
and
this
forth.
is such a dumb shit here.
Excuse
guy-
me? Excuse me? What language did you use?
Yeah, because you
did
don't
you-
answer,
did you
right?
just
What's the
curse?
purpose of doing
Did you-
this
did
public
you-
meeting, right?
Did you just curse?
He's allowed to curse. He's allowed to curse. I don't like the guy, and I may not agree with him, but he's allowed to curse.
And ask all your questions. We're gonna answer them at the end.
So my question is, why not you answer it? Yeah. So basically, what's gonna happen is you're gonna make a lot of money for your
Excuse me?
friend.
One at a time. One at a time, guys.
Public needs to know.
One at a time. That's a rule. If you cannot follow the rule, I have to let you go. Okay?
Basically, the question is how much money you gonna like waste taxpayers' money, right? Helping your friend.
Anything else?
How many hours he has spent so far on this case, the one you are making it up?
Anything else?
You're not gonna answer anything?
I will answer all your questions. I want to give you all 6
Do you know why this guy is speaking when you are speaking? He don't even know how to behave. Like
Excuse me? He's a board vice president. He can say it.
he can say, but then why he's over speaking over you? Like why can't one person speak at a time?
Why don't you ask your question? Do you have any other questions?
Why not you answer it? Then I will ask for the question.
After you say you're done.
My question is, why you are using board money to file a case? If you want to do it, then go for it by yourself, right? Why you are wasting taxpayer money? There are so many issues happening in the town, right? Transportation is a big mess. And then we have admission. People are like looking for when they're gonna get call from Board of Education about their kids. And you choose this dumb issue, right? To like just to do your political vendetta. Do you have anything else? What you are here for?
If you're done, you sit down and answer your question. Are you done?
I'm waiting for answer.
No,
Why
are you
not
done?
answer
Are
it?
you done with your questions?
Why not? Why can't you answer it?
Let me, I just want to explain for the public, no, Mr. Vice President, I just want to explain for the members of the public that are here that may not have been to our meetings before, because I don't recognize everybody in the room. This is a process, it's set forth by statute and by the rules of the Board of Education. It is not a dialogue, it is not a back and forth. The public comment section is when you, as a member of the public, get to make your comments, get to raise your questions, and at the time when you're done with your questions and your comments, the board may or may not respond to them. It is not a dialogue, it is not a back and forth. That's by statute, by case law, and by our rules. So don't ask, everyone who comes and asks those questions and says, why aren't you answering my question? The rules don't permit them to do that. That's not the way it
It
works.
used to be that like we ask question and you guys answer it right away, like in the past year. But why you guys change this rule like all of a sudden?
Are you
Is
done?
this-
What my question? Are you done with your questions?
Is this the only thing you say, like are you done, or you gonna answer it?
I will answer it when you're done.
This is such a ridiculous, right? You're not gonna get any answer, like this is.
You sit down, I'll answer it. There's no cost to the taxpayer. The lawyer has not spent any of his time on this. By law, he cannot be spending his time on this. So that's the answer. Who's next?
Bimal Joshi, 11 Myrtle Street. Ethics violation, can we just have little information on what kind of violation it is?
Okay. Anything else?
If I think Board of Education is a non-political and non-involvement of any political party in their election or something, is that true or not?
Okay.
Your campaign, Mohin Patel's campaign, when we did it together in EDO headquarters and everything was happening in EDO headquarters, was it an ethic violation or not?
Okay. Anything else?
When you make a political appointment of, let's say, Rupal Mehta or Tom McCain's wife, because they were your candidate, Democratic candidate, supporter as well as candidate's wife,
I-
when you
please-
give them a
Please
job.
don't mention other employees' name here. It's
No,
it's
no, no,
not
but you
called
made
for.
that
It's
appointment.
not called
What do you
for.
mean I don't need to mention the
It has
name?
nothing to do with the resolution.
No, but
has
this is a
nothing-
violation or not?
That has nothing to do with this violation.
Is this a violation or
resolution.
not?
You can come back and talk about that after this. This is about this resolution only.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you that I need to know the information, this resolution
That had
is
nothing
connected
to do with
what?
this resolution,
Yeah, but what is the violation? Can we know?
sir. And nothing to do, we're talking about this resolution only. This resolution is.
Yeah,
to
but you
file-
are spending the public money to do something, and public don't know that what kind of complaint or what kind of violation it is.
Are you done with all your questions? This resolution only.
Yeah, but I want to know the
I will
reason for
answer
the-
your question when you say you're done. It's the same thing with Akil.
Derek, lower down your voice.
that's the same thing
You are
as
not a
Akil.
dictator. This is not, I'm not supposed to say that, but you.
You can say whatever you
No,
want to say.
Cool down.
You
cool
can
down.
say whatever you wanna
don't need
say.
to raise your voice. I know how to raise the voice too. So don't teach me that. All right?
Are you done with your question?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
This resolution only.
I know this resolution, but we want to know the subject matter of the resolution. Is it for the appointment or a reference or this or that, bribery, corruption, what kind of resolution it is? That's what we want to know.
That's your question? You're
Yes.
done. Okay.
And the
Ba-
question what I ask you that,
based-
are you support, you
based
are appointing the
on-
people from the Democratic Party. I was a part of your campaign. I know exactly what you guys are doing. So don't give me all the bullshit. All right? I'm done.
Okay, thank you. So, based on the recommendation from the Attorney General's office, since it's an ongoing investigation, we cannot reveal the details of this case. If you want to know what's happened, once the complaint is filed, you can Oprah the case, and it's public information. As far as the other things, whether there are violations or not, go file ethics charges and let them decide. I can't answer that. Thank you very much. Who's next? No, first timer.
Minesh Patel, 240 Wallman Avenue, Addison. Jerry, I got a one simple question for you. When you hire an attorney who's sitting next to you, is it for the whole board or is it for you? Because when somebody asks a question, I sit in a board like yours somewhere else. And when an attorney is sitting with 12 people, he represents 12 people, not one. So if he writes something on that yellow paper and given it to you, that's also an ethics for him because he should be supporting all 12, not one. Right now it's going 11 against 1 or 10 against 1. When you're talking or if the question is asked to you and he answers it, that means he's the one who's putting things in your brains to be taught in the public. So this is not right. And believe me, I will be filing Oprah against all of you to find out where did you people, how many people were hired since the first day you walked into this Board of Ed, and how many people was contacting you. Now, all the contracts that you guys issue, I would also like to get all
That has
your
nothing to do
phone
with this
numbers.
resolution, sir. This is a resolution about filing the ethics charges. You can come back to
Well,
talk
we are
about the
talking
others.
about ethics charges, my friend.
But this
And
has
when you're
nothing to
talking
do,
about ethics
this has
charges,
nothing to do with this particular
Jerry,
one.
why are you talking on my time? You
Because,
said,
because
you
you're
speak-
not following the rule. Because you're not following the rule. We're talking
Have you
about
followed the rule?
we are talking resolutions
Jerry,
only.
in the last 10 years, have you followed the rule?
We are talking about resolutions only.
We are talking resolutions. In all the resolutions you took in the last 10 years, Jerry, I know you very well. Okay? How many times did you follow
Talking
the rules?
about
Jerry?
this resolution.
All right?
You can come back, talk about the others. Right
Well,
now, it's this resolution
Believe
only.
me,
Whether,
Jerry,
whether you like it or
you'll
not.
see my face very soon.
That's fine, that's fine. I know who you are too, so it doesn't really matter.
Make sure he answers that question. Do you follow the rules?
So the lawyer,
Sir Akhil, but
Ex-
he just immediately jumped on him.
so,
You should answer everybody's question. If you are entering somebody's.
excuse me, you don't talk like that. You wanna talk, you have your turn to go to the podium.
Jerry, this is a dictatorship.
That's a rule. That's a rule. You're out of order. You're out of order. I can how you get out. You're out.
You are not answering his rule.
Sir? Sir, how many times you come over here? Excuse me.
Everybody's question and you are not answering single.
I can answer, I don't have to answer, because the lawyer just said it, okay? I'm answering after he finishes his questions. That's the rule, that's what we've been, excuse me. No back and forth, Akio? Okay?
Answer my question. I was standing there.
Whether you like it or not, I answered it. You just don't like the answer, that's what it is. To answer your question, he represents the board. I'm the board chair, I conduct the meeting, that's what it is.
First of all, this speech.
Excuse me? No more. If I see you one more time, you're out. Akil?
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Take him out. Take him out.
Remove Akil Malhotra, please.
You direct them to.
Yeah.
Please.
I direct you to
remove-
remove him.
No one's touching them all, like, you can remove.
Remove Akil.
He went- He's
He's distracting the meeting.
No, he's trespassing. He has a right to control who's in the room. It's a defiant trespass.
Has been notified he's not allowed in the room,
Well, he just was told that he has to leave, and he hasn't left.
but he's allowed to be here as public, right?
Not anymore. And that once the board,
Is he physically interfering with the meeting?
he doesn't
Yes,
have
he-
to physically interfere with the meeting.
It's actually,
If you read the statute.
It's a I'm not talking about obstruction of a public meeting. I'm talking about the defiant trespass statute. He's a trespasser in this meeting.
He's not trespassing.
He is.
And you
It's
can
his
sign complaints.
it's
You
his,
guys can sign complaints then at a later date and time against him.
it's the board president's decision as to who can be in the room or not. If someone's here against his will, that's their trespasser, they have to be removed.
Because he was warned twice. You heard it.
Yeah, but he's not interfering with the meeting.
But he is. He's interrupting the way that we're conducting the meeting.
He's disrupting the meeting.
He's disrupting the meeting.
So it's not just case law on Manville with people that are yelling in the meeting, and they say something just like that, get him out.
He's
He's
warned.
exonerated him.
He was warned.
he was warned twice.
I'm not removing, he's not physically interfering with the meeting. He's allowed to be upset and raise his voice and say his, he's not being removed from the meeting. He's not physically interfering with the meeting. It's being recorded on body camera right now.
Yeah, and that's fine that it's being recorded, and I'm just gonna let you know that I have to have a conversation with the chief tomorrow, because that's totally inappropriate. The board chair has the right to run the meeting, and it's a trespass.
Right?
Okay, thank you.
You standing up for the Americans' rights today? Good job. I would have thrown Akil out, though. On the record, I would have thrown his ass out. No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Anybody else?
Are you gonna answer my question, sir?
I answered it. There's no cost to the taxpayer. Okay, he represents the whole board. You want Oprah, you can Oprah whatever you want. Okay, all the appointments are on the meeting minutes. Go see it. Right? So I'll give you the answer. You just don't like it. You just say I'm not answering. But I gave you the answer. He represents the whole board. That's it. There's no back and forth.
First time only. Finish it up and then we can go to public comment.
What do you have to say?
Thank you. I have on the resolution, rebuttal on the resolution. I have 3 questions only, and I'll make it very brief. Did Burrell try to get Elizabeth Conway a job in the Board of Education because he was afraid of her running in the election? That's number 1. Number 2, did Burrell move people who were trying to be enrolled in the school from number 50 to number 1? I'm not sure if that's bias, if that's discrimination, if that's flexing your muscles to the Edison voters in the future. Hey, this is what I can do for you. But where I come from, it's very inappropriate for him. He has, and I want to know, did Burrell speak to BOE employees? And are these 3 questions, are these the complaints being filed against Burrell? So that's my 4th question. So we're not in public comments yet, we're still on the resolutions, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. I'm gonna, you remember all my questions? I'm gonna read them out to you
No,
one
no,
more
you
time,
don't need
because
it.
you never answer my
No,
questions.
you don't need it.
You never answer any.
You don't need it.
Oh, and I want his question answered. Do you follow the rules, Jerry? because you didn't even answer that. It's a very simple question, and I would like to know. Do
That's
you
not part of the resolution.
I'll bring it back up in
Okay,
public
all right.
comments then. And so, yeah, so you know my 3 questions? Would you like to repeat them to me?
No,
You don't want to repeat
I
them
don't
to me?
need to repeat it.
Okay, since I got a minute.
Because we got a direction from the AG's office not to disclose the details
Well, I'll
of this case.
disclose the details because I am the media, and even if
You
don't
can
want
do,
the-
you can do whatever you want,
Even
but I have to follow the
my
rule.
time, I'm relinquishing my
Okay.
time back to me. Even if you don't want to say today, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, 6 months from now, it's going to come out. You're not, at this point, you can't even hide it. So the 3 questions are this, because people want to know. Did Burrell try to get Elizabeth Conway a job? I don't think, Ms. Conway, that you were involved in it one bit. I just think sometimes people have zero integrity.
You're repeating the same
Maybe
thing. Come
didn't
on.
want you on the thing. I'm not accusing you of anything.
Don't bring, don't bring other people.
No, I just want to make it very clear. I want it on the record. If, you know, I just want, it's, you know, I want that on the record. I'm not accusing you of anything. This is just, I don't think you had anything. Tell Burrell, did Burrell move people from number 50 to number 1? Do you understand why that might be a concern? And did Burrell speak to BOE employees? BOE member has no right to speak to any BOE employees. They don't have the right to speak to teachers, even. That's the superintendent's job. Okay.
As I repeat it one more time, if you guys come ask the details, you're wasting time, okay? About this particular one, because the direction from the AG's office, we cannot disclose it. As I said, once it's filed, it's a public, once it's filed, excuse me, you got your time to go there to answer. Excuse me, what are you saying? What are you saying? Why China has anything to do with this? Is that because I'm Chinese? No, why does it have anything with China? That's the direction from the AG's office. If you have issue, there is no, excuse me. You wanna come here, you follow the rule. Okay? You're going out of order. It's going out of order. As I said, there's a direction, instructions from the AG's office to that you don't have to, you can only ask questions when you're standing over there. You don't understand the rule? You do not understand? I answer your question, you just don't like the answer. Okay? That's a direction from the AG's office. If you have issues with that, contact the AG's office. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Resolutions, on this particular resolutions.
I just listened, Crystal, and I know that, you know, I got that information in the afternoon that somebody from the board gave him this information, and that's why he stand up on the podium and he just said whatever it is said. So somebody from the board, okay? And I know that whom he is close with. And it is Mohin Patel who gave him all the information, okay? And if you are leaking and if you are doing this, then I think you should fair enough to tell people that what you are doing, what kind of complaint it is. Yes, it is always very easy to use the AG name, that, okay, Attorney General Office said so. But when you guys discuss and you are elected by the people of the Edison, you are supposed to tell the people of the Edison that what kind, because how long it goes, how much money will be spent on these, and why you are after these, because it is in political vendetta. Birrell don't follow you guys on certain thing, okay? And again, you know, he is running against your candidates, and that's why you are doing it. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the again, I'm gonna say the one.
You guys right away went to complaint with the Ethics Commission. So the AG had to tell you guys what to do because you guys thought it was a criminal complaint. We pay a lawyer loads of money to give you guys direction on what to do. And you guys went to the AG's office And the AG's office said, well, no, it's not a criminal thing, so go to the Ethics Commission, because the Ethics Commission, no, Jerry, can I finish before you say no? The Ethics
saying
Commission,
nothing. I'm
you're
saying
shaking your head.
Yes, so
Okay,
I'm
well,
not
let me
following
finish
those.
without a reaction.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Okay. The Ethics Commission has nothing to do with anything criminal whatsoever. Nothing. So you guys, instead of going to the right place, which is the Ethics Commission, you go all the way up to the AG's office? Really? Like you guys go all the way to the AG's office because you think it's a criminal thing, and the AG's office is telling you, no, we don't want to do anything with it. File an ethics violation. Now, on the ethics page, there's an FAQ, and I hope one of you guys may have read this, but it says, who can file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission? Any person may file a complaint with the School Ethics Commission when he or she believes that a school official has violated the School Ethics Act. A Board of Education as an entity may not file a complaint, although individual members of the board may file. Now, since you all are authorizing Mr. Shi to file an ethics complaint, guess what? That means you're doing it as an entity. Yes, it is, because you can do it yourself without any of them asking you to do it. So you are representing the board. When you fill out those forms, if you fill it out as the board president, you are now representing the Board of Education. There is no reason why any of these board members need to vote on a resolution for you to file an ethics complaint. You are making this whole ethics violation system a joke, is what you are doing. This whole resolution is a joke. Because I could have easily told you without paying the lawyer thousands of dollars, just go file an ethics complaint, Mr. Shi. You can do it on your own and not have a special meeting and make a whole big circus about it. Because yes, as somebody said before, it's election time. And this is what you do. Remember, I ran against you. I know what you do. Do you know at the last meeting? Oh, my time's up. I'll be bringing up.
Time's up.
I know my time's up.
Your time's up. Sit down. Your
I
time's
know my
up. Your time's up. Your time's up.
At
Your
the
time's
next,
up.
I will
Your
tell you
time's
what
up.
happened at the
Your
next.
time's up.
Are you done being rude?
Your time's up.
Are you done being
Your
rude?
time's up.
Lawyer, you can care
Can you
less.
take him out, please?
Can you
Your
control
time's up.
that?
You're disrupting our meeting.
Jerry, can I say something?
Okay.
Jerry, can I say something?
Let me respond to this.
Sure.
Okay? So your interpretation is wrong. Wait till what happens. You can do whatever you want to do, okay? It's not what you have explained the steps. That's not right, okay? It's not accurate, okay? So the resolution clearly stated, I'm the one who's gonna file. Whether what I put it on as whatever, you just have to see. I'm not gonna answer any of the hypothetical questions that you have. All right? Your interpretation is wrong, Tony. Wrong.
Jerry, can I speak?
There's no twice, that's it, okay? No, you can come back later.
Jerry, can I say
Yes, you
something?
can say.
I just wanted to remind the board that we follow the Roberts Rules of Order, and any board member who wants to speak has to first, go through the precedent and should not be talking over when people are speaking. Only the board president has the right to do that. Just wanted to
My
remind
apologies.
remind the board.
Thank you. Okay? Yeah, Akil, come, go.
So I have a question. You said like you have filed a complaint to AG office, right? So are you gonna say yes or no, or are you just gonna see my face like yes or no?
I already stated.
Okay,
Were you paying attention?
So now you are saying that you can't talk about it, right? So that means they have not respond back to your complaint. So what is the purpose of filing, first go to AG office, wasting taxpayers' money, right? And then you're not gonna get anything out of it. And now you said that, okay, so now I'm gonna go to ethics board to make another deal so that like I can make some sort of articles around like this political season, right? And then destroy that person career. Is this a fair statement? And how much money was spent on sending a letter to AG office? How many billing hours were spent by our attorney?
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, answer please.
That's it? You done with your questions or no?
Yeah, I'm standing here.
Because I want to give you your time.
I
I
can,
want to give you
why don't you answer in my time and then I can use,
No, you can't. I want to give you 3 minutes to ask all your questions, and then I'm going to answer it.
okay, so I'm gonna stand here for 2 minutes,
not questions.
wasting
Yes,
everyone time.
you can do your
That's fine.
comments.
I'll be standing here for 2
No, no.
minutes.
Does it
You have to go through him.
President Xi, can I ask him a question?
Akil, do you relinquish your time of 1 minute and 34 seconds so he could answer your question?
I'm waiting.
Do-
First of all,
Do you relinquish your time
first of all,
to
did
answer
you
the
ask,
question?
first of
He
all,
did.
did you ask Jerry
He
Shi
did.
permission to speak?
Yes, he did. If you pay attention, he did.
Okay, so why, okay, so why don't you answer it? I'm standing
No,
here for next.
he's asking, are you done with your questions?
It's not the process.
It's not a process, man. It's not a come back and forth. It's not a
Okay, so
come back
let's
to
do
this
one
guy.
thing. I will just standing here for next 70 seconds. That's it.
Why are you wasting time? I want to give you 3 minutes. You
Okay,
wanna
so
waste
I'm
your
just
time
gonna
with-
use my 3 minutes.
This is most American thing he can do is he can
Filibuster.
keep using his time.
That's fine. I'm giving to him. I'm being nice.
It's up to you, but I wouldn't actually.
I'll give him 25 seconds, just to make him, yeah, do whatever he wants. That's right. Time's up. So there are two different systems, okay? The AG's office, that has it's nothing to do with ethics. Ethics has nothing to do with AG. They're two different routes. It's not what you said. Again, similar to what Tony said, it's not correct. There are two paths to the filing, okay? We filed at the law enforcement, which is what we felt that's the right thing to do. And then the ethics. We consulted with multiple people. They said you should do this too. Very simple. You might not like it, but that's the way it is. There's no back and forth. You're done. Okay? Anybody else has this resolution? No, that's it. You can come back later. All right, so we already have the motion, right?
Yes.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Burrell Patel?
Can I make a statement before the motion?
Vote, then make the statement.
Okay. No.
Ms. White?
Yes.
Ms. Madiker?
I'm going to make a statement before I vote because otherwise my vote doesn't make sense.
No, you
So-
can, you can,
I need to speak. Oh, this is for the motion?
this is for the
This is
vote.
the vote.
You can speak after the vote.
I'm going to abstain.
Ms. Bodowski?
Abstain?
Dr. Chen?
Yes.
Ms. Conway?
Under the circumstances, any board member can choose to do what they individually choose to do. But I will vote not to go for the resolution because I truly feel the resolution is the board giving you authorization, and you don't need my authorization. So at this time, I cannot say yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Peng?
Yes.
Mr. Mohan Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Shi?
Yes.
I need to change.
Now you can,
I need to change my vote. I did not understand it properly.
okay.
So again, and this is actually the statement I was making, I misunderstood the whole thing. I'm going to vote no on the resolution
Okay.
because the
Now-
board
now you-
doesn't.
now you can make the statement.
Yeah, because, okay, so I had written something down, I'm going to just read it. The Board of Ed president or any member of the board can file ethics charges if they see a violation has occurred. They do not need permission from the board. According to the School Ethics Commission, Board of Ed as an entity cannot file ethics charges. So I'm not comfortable voting on this because I'm not sure if this is even legal. So I'm going to just, if the resolution goes through, I'm going to abstain on the vote because I don't want to be in any kind of legal jeopardy.
You just said you vote no, now you abstain?
No,
What is
when
your-
the vote, if the vote goes through for the resolution,
We
at
just-
that
we
point
just
I
did.
will abstain. So
We
right
just
now,
did.
my vote is no for the
We
resolution.
just did.
Sorry?
We just did a roll call to vote on the resolution. We just did. Your first vote was.
Oh, okay,
your
sorry.
first vote
So
was
I'm going
abstain.
to vote, I'm going to abstain.
Your
I
first vote was
misunderstood.
abstain.
I'm
Okay.
going to abstain
So
on the
you're
vote.
gonna keep your original
Yes,
vote?
I'm going to keep my
Okay.
original. I'm going to abstain because I don't want to be any part of this
Okay.
resolution.
All right, Bureau.
Okay, with 2 noes, 5 yeses, and 2 abstains, the motion carries.
Thank you. Bureau.
All right, so the resolution is about filing something about me. Okay, so I'd like to make a statement over here. So here's the thing, right? So as everyone knows here, I'm very relatively newer to the board. The same board member sitting here appointed me, including President Shi, and the board members and the President Shi, they know I help citizens, and that's why they have appointed me. That was one of the big reasons, Christo, and you know that, Christo. I never try to do anything that is unethical. I just try to help. If I ever said anything wrong, it may have been a miscommunication. One thing I would admit though is I'm not a good communicator in English, or I may not be all the time. So that's not one of my best skills over here. And I do admit that respectfully in front of people over here. I learn a lot by helping people every day. And I told this to Dr. Bregan before a couple of weeks when I was here, helping people standing in line until Route 1 and trying to get their enrollment, transportation, and other issues resolved. What I told them, what I told Dr. Bregan, coming back to the parents, right? So several parents with transportation enrollment issues, I took days off from work trying to help them, make them feel comfortable. I don't have any access to the system. I don't have any access to make anything happen over here. I'm just a board member. I'm not an employee of Board of Education. But what helped is it made them feel comfortable. I gave them guidance. I showed them a path how really you can get this problem solved rather than simply emailing and creating tickets, even after creating tickets and even after emails, right? Until when I was called by Dr. Bregan, and Dr. Bregan's, we had a conversation. So I felt it was not necessary for me really to stop by in the office and help the parents out. But prior to that, I had stand here, took days off from work, talked until 2 a.m. in the morning with several parents and children of Edison so that they can get that enrollment done. The children can go to school. Children do not have a learning loss. Children can go to the classes. They can get that bus. The parents can go to work, and they all have smiles around. They'll be happy. All I do is help people. I'm always just trying to help. I'm incredibly motivated to assist the community. Now, I see parents uncomfortable with the COVID and worried about the children's safety with the lack of crossing guards. I see frustration and discomfort all around us. Every time when I try to help the parents over here and try to help the children, new roadblocks are being set up for me. Because the Edison BOE over here, or at least a part of it, is more concerned about me right now than the children. We are having this meeting on 21st of September when there are still enrollments pending, there are bus issues, there are transportation issues, and I'm still answering on my phone hundreds and hundreds of messages every day, how to resolve problems of enrollment, of transportation, how to get that bus to go to Woodrow Wilson, what will be the policy when another child in your son's or daughter's class is affected by COVID? How will the educator feel safe about it? When I'm trying to solve those problems every single day of my life, the discussion over here, instead of all those policies and fixing those problems, when I try to fix those problems and try to find ways and send numerous emails to Dr. Bregan, Mr. Benedict, Mr. Benedict, I would say, is doing amazing job right now, as which no one else could have done in his position. I would give a lot of credit to him. And we are talking about filing something against me for an inappropriate statement or a miscommunication or whatever I would have done. I don't know, but this is what we are discussing here. Now, here is the thing, right? So let's come back to the transportation. So regarding transportation, let me remind all of you. So the transportation committee has not met once this single year, not once, right? But now everything will be fixed because I issued this statement 2 days from now. Everything will look wonderful, and I'm thankful for that. If my statement makes the committee meet and makes all the issues fixed, I'll be very happy for the parents and the residents and the children of Edison. Please do. But they have not met once a year, right? Not once. So that's a fact over here. And till date, every time I send an email to the administration or anyone, all I do is I am thankful. I'm thankful to the parents to raise this concern. I'm thankful to the administration. I'm thankful to the other BOE members to keep working hard, because one thing I realize, every one of us, this is a thankless job, right? It doesn't pay us anything, but we still put up. So I'm thankful to everyone for that. I'm thankful to this board for appointing me over here, right? So I can get an experience and exposure to what Board of Education is like, to this thankless job that I'm just quoting about, right? But I signed up to do this. Like Christo said, I was one of those 12 people who stand on that podium, gave an interview to this Board of Ed, asking them to appoint me. And one of my biggest thing was to help parents, educators, and children of this township. And I did not fail one single day in my effort to do that. My effort to help continues. Now, I refuse to engage in the vicious politics, which this has become. And obviously, because I'm running for election, this is all set up for that reason. This is nothing but a smear campaign, which some people are doing to gain the voting share. They are creating a smoke screen and harassment during these timings, and I exercise all my options available within the community or by law. That being said, when I go out of this room, until I'm a board member, right, I will not stop helping the parents, educators, residents, the children in whatsoever way I can, right? Because the children deserve to go to school, they deserve to get the bus on time, they deserve to be fearless about the COVID protocols, about the COVID issues and everything. The parents need to go to work, and all the children deserve quality education. The parents, residents, children, and educators are doing wonderful job in this wonderful township. But what really makes me very sad about is what BOE is doing on Tuesday, September 21st, discussing this resolution while I'm trying to help people, but that will not stop me from helping people.
Okay. Thank you.
One thing I will say.
Excuse me. You have to make your comments at the podium. So now, any board member, any other board member comments?
I would
Yeah.
like to add something, President.
Yes, Yuna? Yes.
You can go first, go ahead.
Okay, so I know Bureau for a long time, and I appreciate what he has done for the district. But this is a different issue. So we're not saying that because he has done a lot of good things, then we can just ignore something not so good. So the thing is, for every board member, if they find if they think something unethical happened by one of the board members, then they have the obligation to report. So I voted yes because it's not saying that we are making a group decision for let the president Xi to represent the board to file the ethical charge. It's simply to show my support to President Xi to file the ethical support by himself. Because if I had known the situation earlier, I would have done so too. Because I don't have a choice to do it or not do it as a board member. this is my duty to do it. That's all.
Thank you. Excuse me, Akil, be respectful.
This is the fourth time.
You are not. You are not. You are not. You are not being respectful. It's out of order. You come to this meeting, you follow the rule. Okay? Go on.
Thank you, President Xi. As Dr. Yuna just mentioned, it is our fiduciary duty, since we all took an oath and we also took the class on ethic violations and what needs to be done. This is not something that I really want to do, but this is something that is needed to be done. The reason why is the charge that has been pushed forward. It has to be done. And it would be against all our ethics if we didn't do so. And that is the reason why this is being done right now. You understand? It's nothing to do about transportation. Those are issues that are being resolved. Those are issues that are being addressed. It's not about that. You do an amazing job, but there are certain things that are done that are not supposed to be done. That is the reason why we had this meeting today. Thank you.
And,
Excuse me.
All right. So thank you for Mohin for telling me I do amazing job. So one thing I don't believe though over here is I don't believe any educator in this town needs a psychological test. They don't. Okay. And then speaking of something, because the educators are the backbone of our children and everything, right? They don't need a psychological test. All they need is, if I had enough money, I would give them flowers every day. But I would say a quote from Mahatma Gandhi.
Excuse me.
When I despair, I remember that all through the history, the way of truth and love has always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they can seem invincible, but in the end they always fall. Think of it always.
Thank you. Excuse me. Any other board member comments?
Yeah, I want to add something. So, because we are not we board members are not expert in the law, so we cannot say that Mr. Birol Patel did something wrong, so we should punish him or something like that. So that's why we want to fight the charge, and we want to have those people who are in charge of this to investigate the situation. So before the any result come out, he is still the board member, and he's still nobody can prevent him doing his job as a school board member. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Any other board member, any other comments? So.
I just had one comment.
Yes, go ahead.
So I just wanted to just make a request that, when a special meeting is supposed to be held, if board members can be asked for their availability before the meeting is scheduled, and also if an agenda can be shared beforehand, so that board members kind of know, how much time it would take, or just generally to, because I think there is a requirement that the agenda needs to be shared 48 hours before the actual board meeting, and I think the agenda was shared only 4 or 5 hours earlier. So just a request, humble request for future meetings that, just share the information a little bit more. So that's helpful to us.
Thank you. As I said, the information we can share is very limited based on what we said and what we discussed in the back room as well. So our hands are tied when it comes to sharing information about this specific meeting.
I think the law says, Jerry, the law says that the agenda needs to be shared 48 hours before the meeting.
Or as soon as reasonably possible.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't, whatever that was shared today could have been shared 48 hours before, that's all.
Thank you. Okay, so any other board member comments? If none, we'll open for public comments. Yeah, Crystal, you want to say anything?
Chevy, what you just asked, this thing's been going on for last 10 years. Oh, the chancellor was fired because of miscommunication. He was on board at that time. Nobody got information until last minute. All of these vendetta stuff, BOE's been doing it for years. Only thing is it's not coming out to public in timely fashion. And I think this time people will find out because we will make it public.
Thank you. Okay, Tony.
Tony Pasquale, 2 Pine Street. Just, yeah, about the adequate notice. It does say, the law does say that it needs to be written in advance, at least 48 hours, giving the time, date, location, and the extent known. Board matters, that's the extent known. So that's what you guys had for the past few days, board matters. You knew more than just board matters. So you should have given more than just board matters. And I'd like to know why you guys just decided to use a generic term, board matters, when it says to the extent known, okay? Number one. Number two, if you look back at the last, I think it was the last board meeting or the board meeting before, a resident came up and attacked Mr. Patel and attacked him on political things, said that he would make sure that he never wins again. Guess what? Mr. Shi, Mr. Mohin, and the lawyer were all quiet. You all allowed an attack on one of the board members. Why did you allow that? Why? Because you are going after Mr. Patel. And this proves that you guys are going after him for reasons that we don't know, but there's something you have against him. For you to allow a resident to attack a board member, and when I've done things, you've stopped me, but you allowed this resident to make these comments without a problem. So don't tell me there's no vendetta against Mr. Patel, because if there wasn't, you would have stopped that person talking rudely to him and talking in political, which you're not supposed to talk political stuff at Board of Ed meetings, but you allowed it. So I'd like to know your answer on that. I also would like to know why we have a board attorney who treats our residents like he shouldn't be treating them. He's not a board member. Okay, example, Christos, a few meetings ago, he brought up something about a people group. The lawyer got insulted and told Christos he should apologize to him. You know what? The lawyer's job is to only give advice about law at the meetings. He's not a board member. He's on another board. He's not a board member here. So his job is not to be, number one, just your lawyer, Mr. Shi. He's the board's lawyer. Okay, so I would advise our lawyer that we're paying for that he needs to be careful how he talks to residents. He shouldn't be talking out of turn. He is not to talk until the board president asks him to talk about something that needs to be described or explained about law. Because you say we all need to follow the rules. Well, then the board needs to follow the rules also. Mr. Shi, you only follow the rules when it pertains to you. And everybody knows that. Everybody can see that. You think you fool us. You don't fool us. Well, I know. You think you do fool us, but you don't. Okay? You just run this board however you want to. You don't care about the rules. You don't care about any of the law. Again, this resolution is not needed. And I'm sorry, but Dr. Chen is incorrect. By you all voting on it, yes, you are all supporting Mr. Shi as the board president to do this. There is no, I read it to you. That's what it is. It says that you can't, as a board, file ethics charges. You are all supporting Mr. Shi to do this, which is not needed. So this whole ethics charge is a joke. And I will be following the ethics charge. And when it does become public, I can't wait to see what proof you have of these conversations that Mr. Patel might have had. Do you have proof? Is there any proof of these conversations or whatever he did wrong? We don't have proof. You didn't show the public the proof. But yet, you all have a resolution you're putting out there. You're all voting on it, which means each one of you are responsible to make sure that there is valid proof against Mr. Patel. And if there isn't valid proof, then you all should be ashamed of yourself for voting on something like this. So yes, we do have an election coming up. And Mr. Shi, these are the games that you play, and I know it firsthand. You play games around the election. This is how you win. This is what you do. This is your game. Your game is to not play fair, but to attack people, smear people, ruin people. That's what you do for yourself. I don't know why you do it. Well, I guess you're agreeing with me if you're making all these hand gestures. Is that what that is? Is it an agreement? I mean, really? You know, of course you don't, because I tell the truth. And you don't tell the truth. So again, I sure hope you board members, when you voted on this, I hope you have a conscience that you guys really know what you voted on. Thank you.
Okay, so if we have proof, are you going to come over and apologize? Are you going to come over and apologize if we have proof? Yes, I'm asking. So if we have proof, you're gonna come over and apologize. You're talking about attacking people. You have attacked more people on social media, on this podium, more than anybody else. Okay? Talking about shame, you should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm talking to him. He's asking comments, I'm commenting back. Okay? All right? So if we don't have proof, we're not gonna file. It's very simple. Yeah, you want? Yeah, come. Crystal, yes.
We're gonna get rebuttals, right? Because I am coming up here. The time's starting? All right. I just want to say, there was an accusation made with my name on it. Mohin is not the one who told me. Actually, somebody told me within the Republican Party, which is why I'm here. I'm the only Republican here standing up against the Democratic corruption. That's number one. Why am I the only Republican here? Where is Keith Hahn? Where are any Republican committee members? They're not even here to expose the CDO corruption. I want to say, I do agree it's not a legal meeting. I didn't want to say anything because I love to see the EDO fight amongst themselves. I love it. I just, because it just goes to show, no, I'm honest, it just goes to show this is what the people vote for year after year. I've said it in the past, a piece of dog shit can get voted in as long as they're on the Democratic Party line. And, since this isn't a legal meeting, you can't really define trespass anyone. The cop was one. I felt that the lawyer, you threatened the officer for, this is public property at this moment. It's not a legal meeting, it's public property, so anyone can basically sit here, say whatever they want. So if that's the case, then only the cop can decide who can stay or who can go. No, that's absolutely, no, it's not a legal meeting right now, so Jerry Sheehy doesn't follow your orders. He can't, no. He threatened you earlier, right? If he made a threat, that threat can't stand. It's not, if it was a legal meeting, a keel should have been thrown out. I would have liked to do it myself, so basically, the only people here I see, since people want to throw accusations on me, which aren't true, I'm just going to point out the reality of the situation, which is, this is all Sam Joshi's people here for Burrell, sticking up for Burrell, nobody else. I do want to say a good thing about Burrell. Every time I reach out to him, he does always reach out back. He always does try to help. So I'm not really gonna, but if he did do something that's unethical, it has to be, it has to be. About Armenian lawyer, I'm disgusted every time I bring up Armenian that you try to call me a racist or something like that. Because number one, Greeks and Armenians were brothers and sisters. So when you do it, you're just trying. I feel you're doing it because you're on Jerry Shee's payroll and you just want to talk down to the residents. I do agree with everything Tony said, but you should have said it a lot sooner, Tony. Not when you should have said it only when it's in people's best interest to say the truth. Do they really say the truth? So how much time do I have left?
Too much.
Too much? So I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say it like this. Mohan, Burrell, he went out, Mohan, for your campaign. But Mo, you supported both Burrell and Mohan. This is a fact.
And Jerry C.
And Jerry, yes, good thing for adding that in. What it is every election season, we have civil wars here in the Democratic organization because, you guys don't ever want the best for the community. You guys just want to put yourselves, whose group wins over that group the next year. I'll tell you this, if the Republicans weren't such bums and they didn't put out fake Republican candidates every year and there was a real opposition party, you guys wouldn't win. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the chairwoman of the Republican Party is paid to stand down and paid to put out candidates. Have they even came out? And I want you to know, Ms. Conway, I am going to be voting for you and Officer Tingle, and I'm going to say that because you always support special education. You were here when I first started coming here, and I always see you doing the right thing, and I want you to know I didn't make any accusation towards you. This is just what was going around, what was being said, and even if he did do that, I don't believe you had anything to do with it. I just believe he's so scared of you in the election. No, I'm being honest, though, that he didn't want to go up against you, and that was his way of removing you. And if that's the case, shame. You were going to win no matter what. That's the sad part about it. You were going to win no matter what. If this is true, it's just very shameful. It goes to show the type of people Governor Murphy endorse. When I mentioned Governor Murphy's name, so proud, so proud. He's not even from New Jersey, but I'm going to go back to the EDO, how disgusting all of you are. Not you, Virginia. I like you, Virginia. You always defend the South Side, but what I'm talking about everyone else now. And not Carol and Elizabeth, I'm talking about them going around, including the lawyer, but not Bragan, or the one next to Bragan. All of you, very disgusted in all of you. I just didn't want to mention it was an illegal meeting because I wanted to shame Burrell personally. Even though Burrell's my friend as a Republican, I gotta come out. I gotta do whatever. But at the end of this, I'm still gonna be friends with Burrell. I don't even know if the accusation is even real. You could be innocent. America, you're innocent until proven guilty, Burrell. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt until then. But as the media, I have to ask the question. You understand that, right?
Who's next? Yeah. This second time? Do we have a first timers?
This is his first time in public comments. First
You don't
time.
like me?
No, I love you.
Oh, okay, all right.
I love you.
Okay, again, Bimal Joshi, 11 Myrtle Street. I know it is in political agenda, and I know very well that Biral is going to win, like the way when we supported you guys win, okay? And you can claim, Jerry, that we can do that. So this is a political agenda. It's because of the election. You don't want him to win. And my simple thing, in 2017, when Keith Hahn was running as a mayor, at that time, you have been accused of coming out with the racial flyer. That is 4 years. Nothing has come out. You have never come out and never gave the statement, anything on that, oh, I did not do it. But yes, you are part of it, you did it, and this, after 4 years, you are again doing against something like that against Biral, okay? But Biral is gonna win, I'm telling you. He has served our community during pandemic time, when the people were not having the job. He dropped the food at people places. He created the food bank. He did everything. Even when the school, he took like more than 1,000 appointments for the COVID vaccination. How many of you did it? How many you did it? Nothing. Okay? So if somebody is doing good and if you feel that, okay, you are inferior to them and if you want to attack, go ahead, be the guest. Okay?
Thank you. Anybody else?
That's rebuttal now, right?
That's his second time.
That's 3 minutes.
I have one question, and this is for Superintendent. If this meeting was private, and if Jerry's still saying, and Mohini is saying, they're the only two knows what's going on, how did Republican Party candidates found out that he got the info? How? That is your job to get attorney to find out, because the lawsuit can be filed against all of you if that's not found out within a week.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Anybody else?
You can't stop citizens from complaining.
Anybody else? Okay. See none? Motion to close public comments?
Motion.
No, rebuttal.
I already said it. Motion, well, you're too late. Motion to close public comment. All in favor? Aye? Okay.
Favoring it, I got rebuttal time.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, meeting's adjourned. See you on Thursday.